further ado, I want to bring on the absolute master in training. This gentleman owns, runs, is known, has a credential of being the top sales trainer, not just in Canada, but all over the world. I just absolutely adore this individual. We had a great opportunity this weekend to do a PGR together. I mean, Howard Olson does the best PGR in Karatbars. He is a trainer of trainers, everybody. I need you to listen very, very, very carefully to what he's about to say, because this right here is going to set everybody up over the next 72 hours and beyond to crush your list. So, Howard, I just want to say I had so much fun on the weekend with you.
We had a blast. I don't know who had more fun, you or me or the people we were with, but we all had a great time.
We did. And that border, the person at the border had a lot of fun too. But we'll save that one for another time.
That's a story for another day, but that was an interesting crossing.
It was. I'm going to turn this over to you. Let's teach these guys how to do the ABC 1, 2, 3.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I love it. What an awesome team huddle. And I'm not going to call it the team huddle anymore. I love that we call this our weekly staff meeting. And so I learned something here today. We're talking about all-out massive action. I shared this with my own team. We've got two teams running in the Olympics, and I shared with them this morning. I said, listen, it's very simple. All-out massive action equals all-out massive results. It's just that simple. And those of us who will go out and have the most conversations will end up having the biggest businesses. But I find that in all the conversations I have with people in my group and outside my group and all the rest of that, but how do I start the conversation? So tonight, I really want to help us get our head wrapped around that, and I'm going to take you through a process that I call ABC 1, 2, 3. And if we were live, I'd be playing a little Jackson 5 right about now. Come on, ABC. Anyway, I can't sing all that well, but that you get the drift. So I'm going to introduce you to the power of ABC 1, 2, 3, because anybody can, and these are the building blocks of your business. This is where your success is going to lie. All right, so now I just need to get my slides going here. All right. First thing I want to share with you is, listen, to be successful here in Karatbars, you do not need to be a perfect presenter. You don't need to be a spectacular speaker, and you don't need to be a titillating trainer. Your job, really, the only thing you need to master is you need to become a professional, incredible inviter, and that's what I'm about to share with you now. How do we extend a great invitation? Listen, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is two things. In the next 90 days, learn as much as you possibly can about Karatbars, and then keep it to yourself, because your job is not to present, okay? The second thing is to invite as many people as you humanly can to take a look at this incredible opportunity. So I want to show you how to extend an invitation. All right, so here it goes. Now, if you're sitting in front of your computers or your TV screens or however you got yourselves hooked up, I want to play a little game with you here, and I want you to repeat after me. And not because I like the sound of my own voice or not because I want to hear the sound of your voice. I got a couple of minutes with you here, and this little exercise, there's something incredible happens. When you begin to speak and articulate words and you think about them, you digest them, and then you push that air out of your diaphragm, that air comes out in the sound, in the form of sound, and then your ears pick it back up again and you internalize it. So sitting in front of your computer or wherever you are right now, I just want you to repeat after me. ABC. Come on. ABC. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 1, 2, 3. ABC. 1, 2, 3. ABC, 1, 2, 3. Come on, you and me, let's go. Let me show you exactly how this works. Our simple 3-step system, now you've heard it before. It goes like this. Invitation, presentation, 3-way conversation. So now I want you to repeat that as well, because I want you to ingrain this into your psyche, ingrain this into your mindset. Invitation, presentation, 3-way conversation. Got it? Now maybe you don't like that graphic, so let's try it like this. Invitation, presentation, 3-way conversation. Got it? Okay, let's go one more time. Invitation, presentation, 3-way conversation. These are our 3 simple little steps in getting our invitations out. Let me show you how this works. Now, I'm going to tie this back into this whole concept of ABC, and we're going to show you how 1, 2, 3 and ABC kind of lock and load together, and here's how this goes. ABC, okay? In this scenario, these are the building blocks of your business. A is you. You're the affiliate. A, the affiliate, is you. A affiliate invites B. Who's B? Well, that's your buddy or your boss or your neighbor or your friend, or we could just quite simply call them your prospect. A invites B to take a look at C. And that's any presentation. In other words, it's anything other than yourself. I want you to watch this. Just watch me on the camera here. A invites B to take a look at C. And you see that motion? We're always pointing away from ourselves. We are not the center of attention here. We're not the presenter. We're simply going to invite people to use our pre-existing tools. And I can promise you this. I mean, you guys have seen some of my webinars, or maybe you've seen some of the training. You know, I'm really qualified at presenting this, but with my own prospects, I never do it. And here's why. This is really important to understand here, because whenever you're talking to a brand new prospect, they're thinking to themselves one of three things. Can I do that? Do I want to do that? And will I do that? And when we simply say, hey, take a look at this, I want to show you that, and then you point them at a video or you point them at a webinar, the subtle message is, man, that was easy, I could do that. So let me show you how this works. A invites B to take a look at C, which is anything other than you. There are going to be three basic invitations that we're going to extend. So here's the first one. The first invitation is to take a look at some introductory information. So in other words, if you're on the Mac system, you're going to direct them to your Mac landing page. If you don't have a Mac system, you can send them to goldmoneyintro.com. Some of you are using a little site that I put together called savecashandgold.com. Whatever tool you're comfortable with, use it. Whatever tool you've been using, stick with it. We're not trying to change any of that. But here's how the invitation goes. Okay, so you're the A. And we're going to pick up the one. Now, you got your list of 100, your 150, or whatever it is. And we're just going to start moving through that list now. And here's how it goes. Ring, ring. And the prospect answers, and it's Joe. And you say, hey, Joe. And, yeah, hi. Hi, it's Howard. It's Sally. How are you? I'm fantastic. Okay, great. Listen, I've been thinking about you, and there's something I really want to share with you. Okay, let me ask you a question. And he says, okay, sure. Have you noticed how the price of everything is going up? And they go, yeah. Have you noticed how your income hasn't been rising with it? And listen, I can tell you, I've done this thousands of times in the last couple of months. Have you noticed how your income isn't rising with it? And they go, yeah. What are you doing about it? And they typically respond, well, nothing, or what can I do about it? And we simply respond with something like this. What if I could show you how to inflation-proof your retirement and create additional income so that you can actually have a retirement? Would you be interested in taking a look? And I have so far haven't had anybody say no to that. And at that point, I say, great, here's what I'm going to do. And we're going to tell them what we're going to do. I'm going to send you an email to a couple of videos. Now, if you can send them to the Mac system or Gold Money Intro. It doesn't matter which tool. I'm going to send you an email. In my case, I use the Save Cash and Gold, and I use my Mac system. I say, I'm going to send you an email with 2 links. And there you're going to find 9 minutes worth of videos. Listen to my language very carefully here. It goes like this. If I, would you? If I, would you? Okay. Hey, Joe, if I sent you a link to 9 minutes worth of videos, would you take the 9 minutes to watch them? And you wait for the response. And he comes back and he says, sure. Perfect. I'm going to send that over to you right now. When do you think you can? Now, you got to ask him, when do you think you can watch them? We're going to get a commitment out of him. He said, well, when do you can watch them? Well, probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Great. Then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call you tomorrow morning, and I'm just going to ask you 2 questions. And I'll even tell you what the questions are right now. And he says, okay. I'm going to ask you what you liked, and you can tell me what you liked. You can tell me what you didn't like. And the second question I'm going to ask is, would you like more information? And if you say yes, I'm going to get it for you. And if you say no, you know what? We don't ever have to talk about it again. Is that fair? And we always ask, is that fair? And they always go, yeah, that's totally fair. Now there's no hidden agendas. Now we're not violating any relationships. There's no pressure. There's nothing sneaky. Everything is above board and on the table. So here's how it goes. Hey, Joe, I've been thinking about you. Let me ask you a question. Have you noticed how the price of everything around you is going up? Yeah. Have you noticed that your income hasn't been rising with it? Yeah. What are you doing about it? I don't know. What can I do about it? Well, what if I could show you how to create an inflation-proof retirement plus the additional income to ensure that you can have a retirement? Would you be interested in taking a look at that? Sure. Good. I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to send you an email with links to a couple of videos. I want you to watch them. And then tomorrow I'm going to give you a call, and I'm just going to ask you what you liked and what you didn't like. And then I'm going to ask you if you want more information. Is that fair? Totally fair. Perfect. We send them off the videos now. Ring, ring. Tomorrow morning comes. We're going to pick up the phone. Hey, Joe, it's Howard. How are you? So A is going to basically extend another invitation to B. It's the same B, okay? It requires a follow-up now. So did you have a chance to watch those videos? Yep. What did you like about them? Well, I love the fact that, gold is, I've always known about gold. I probably should get some gold. I like the fact that I can afford whatever they say, okay? Whatever they say that they liked about it, just agree with them. Yep, I like the same things too. Let me ask you a question. Would you like some more information? And he says, sure. Perfect. Then here's what I'd like to do. I want to invite you to a full presentation so you can really understand the entire concept. Now, you can invite them either, if you got a PGR going on, invite them to a PGR. If there's no PGRs going on, invite them to one of our VGRs, either the Wednesday thing or the Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday. So we have these live virtual gold receptions. Or you can invite them to like a webinar or an in-home. So now we invite them to a larger presentation, okay? Perfect. We extend that invitation. So when we got one on Tuesday, or would you rather come online or would you rather watch a recording? And we just figure that out and we send them that appropriate information, okay? We send it to them. That's how that one's going to go. And then last but not least, when we have our final follow-up, and by now, many of them will just decide to sign up. I'm going to, A, invites, so A, you, the affiliate, will invite B, the prospect, and here's how this goes. So what did you think of that presentation? What did you like most about it? Well, it looks really good, but I got a couple of questions. Now, this is the critical part here, all right? The key to success in this business, yes, on the front end, we have to make exposures. People have to see the information. But this will never succeed. The real power in the conversion is in the three-way conversation. Now, I want to go back and I want to remind you of what I said earlier. Every time we're presenting this, in the back of their mind, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, they're thinking to themselves, can I do that? Will I do that? And do I want to do that? So if they start hammering you with a bunch of questions and you start answering those questions, in the back of their mind, they're thinking to themselves, man, that's a lot of information. I'm not so sure I could do this. So here's where they go. So they start asking, well, how does it work? Or how do I get paid? Or how do I know it's for real? You say, you know what? Those are all great questions. In fact, I had many of the same questions. You know what's happened in the meantime? I'm working with some pretty clever people. And if you decide you'd like to do this, you get to work with them too. Do you mind if we just get them on the line and let's get those questions answered? And now you've just introduced a three-way that doesn't belittle you, doesn't belittle the prospect, and edifies your upline. So I'm working with some really clever people, very successful people. Let's get those questions answered. And if you decide to do this, you get to work with them as well. So you might as well meet them now. Okay. And you've just introduced them, and that's how you do your three-way call. You introduce your prospect to your upline. You say something nice about the prospect, what you like about them, what you respect of, and you introduce them to the upline. And then you say, and by the way, and this is who my upline director is, or you call my team member or whatever, one of my directors, and you edify them back to the prospect, and then you get out of the way and not another word out of your mouth, and you just let the magic happen. And what's going on inside the prospect's mind is you just basically said, you don't have to do this on your own. You don't have to have all the answers. And this simple process has created that entire awareness. This is how we do a proper invitation, presentation, and three-way conversation. And I just want to leave you with this. A lot of us, there's an expression that says out of the mouth of babes. And what it really means is that children have this incredible ability to take complicated things, see them, and just speak them with utter simplicity and truth. The problem is we turn into adults, and we as adults have this incredible ability to take simple things and complicate them. The biggest and the toughest job we have in this business is relearning to keep it simple. I promise you, if you will keep it simple, if you will move through your list, if you will have these conversations, your business will grow. And so on this slide, you hear it says, don't be a cowboy. You know what that is? A cowboy is a lone soldier who wants to go off and do everything by himself. And I got news for you. Cowboys live a very exciting life, but they die a really lonely death. Don't be a cowboy. Now, we heard a lot about champions tonight, and I just want to leave you with one final thought. Great quote from Smokin' Joe Frazier. Some would argue the greatest boxing heavyweight champion of all times. Listen, this is a metaphor, so it's not about whether you love boxing or not. It's a great metaphor. I want you to listen to this very carefully. Here's what Smokin' Joe Frazier said on becoming a champion. He said, you can map out a fight plan, or you can map out a life plan. But when the action starts, you're down to your reflexes. That's where your road work shows. And if you cheated on that in the dark of the morning, you're going to get found out now under the bright lights, because champions do not become champions in the ring. They are merely discovered there. And what this metaphor means is that it's the repetition of a few simple behaviors that create an ingrained behavior so that you can actually go off. You've learned a great little 3-step process. If you will stick through that, if you will make these phone calls, I promise you, NHTSA promises you, you will have success. Use the tools. Don't be the tool. And come on, man. Where will you be in 90 days? I want to be celebrating with you. I want to be applauding you. I want to take you across the finish line. And guess what? Everybody in this Golden Olympics is going to be a winner, because whether you take home a medal or not, if your business grew, you just won. All right. So that's what I got for you. Thanks so much. God bless you guys. Happy Monday night. Let's pick up the phone tomorrow morning and make this thing happen. That's it for me, Olson.